To understand something, you need to know its meaning. Education is receiving and processing information. It's growth in a philosophical and a mental way, so you could say that it's an important factor in everyone's lives. When people get educated, they evolve, which leads to a better life, like technology, better ways of getting food, the internet, and so on. When you share your knowledge with someone, they can take that knowledge and expand on it. That's how education evolves. Though it may sometimes feel like we go to school for nothing, it's not like that at all. What you learn in school is very important for a future career and/or a stable life. Mental health is also one of the most important things. If you don't take care of it, your life will start to fall apart in a domino effect. One bad thing leading to another. Studying will become much harder than it already is. I know this because I've experienced it myself. When quarantine started, the ways of receiving education became different. It was a big change, not just for me, but for everyone else. This affected my mental health terribly, and the same mental health issues translated to physical health issues. I kept getting stomach aches, headaches, and even threw up. Because of this, I wasn't paying much attention at school. With my parents pressuring me about my grades, going through puberty, and trying to get through quarantine, my emotions started to mess up, and they were overwhelming me so much that I tried to bottle them up, but instead of getting better, I just stopped caring. My parents noticed that I was in a bad place, so they offered me to go to a therapist. At first, I declined it. I thought I would be able to go through it all by myself, but after giving it some thought, I realized that their suggestion was the best for me because I was tired of feeling so miserable, unmotivated, and stressed. After I started going to my sessions, I opened up more, got things off of my chest, and shared things I thought I would never be able to share with anyone. I talked to my parents and told them that they were pressuring me. They understood my problem and criticized my grades less. Instead, they told me that I had tried my best and that I could get it next time. I tried to put what was important to me at school first. For example, my education, my happiness, trying my best, and not my grades. I started being more active at lessons, got the best grades I could get, and aced most of my tests. However, this journey wasn't smooth. I didn't come home feeling better after every session. Sometimes I'd come home and felt like I hadn't made any progress at all, and instead, I'd undone it. Sometimes I'd come home and felt like I'd made the most progress I've ever made in my life. I learned to put my own priorities and opinions first and not feel too pressured about others. I got better. This obviously took a long time, but it was all worth it because now I'm less stressed and no longer dread going to school anymore. I'm a Gen Z kid, which means I grew up on the internet, so there are a lot of content creators that I watched and matured with. Jacksepticeye is one of those people. I always saw him as this cool guy who played fun video games and tried exciting challenges, and for a while he was exactly as he presented himself, but as time went by, he started to open up more. Over a month ago, he did an interview about himself. In one of the parts of the video, he said that there was a time when he felt like a failure. He felt miserable. He didn't have motivation to go any further, and even questioned if he'd be better off if he killed himself. When I heard this, I teared up, because it felt like someone had finally understood me and my feelings. In that same video, he said that he finally reached out for help and realized that he could be happy as Sean, his real name, and not just Jacksepticeye, this YouTube personality. I was inspired by him. I too realized that I can be happy, even if things don't go as planned, because I know that I can get through it. I'm now trying to find things that motivate me to study. For example, Rain and Thunder Sounds and Study With Me videos seem to help me focus a lot on my work and not think about other things while I'm doing my homework. Studying with friends in the library is also something that really gives me motivation. Though there are some times when we can't hang out, so we just do it over a call. These may not work for you, but it's fine. Take time to find what works for you. Take care of yourself. Even with little things such as drinking enough water, eating healthy, going for walks, and so on. Once I started taking care of myself, wasn't afraid to reach out for help, and worried less about grades, I found that no matter how many rocky grounds life throws at me, I'll get through it. And even if it takes a long time, things eventually get better. So what I'm trying to say is that it's very important to take care of your mental health because it will affect your education. Honestly, it is thanks to my amazing friends, teachers, and family for giving me all the help and support I needed to be at this stage of life and who have moved on from the stressed, unmotivated, careless version of myself. And I know that it's worth it to go onward, because tomorrow is a new day.